welcome you guys to a special episode of a game that I actually made in college.
An original game.
I called it The Waves of Spring because title's a little bit lame, at least to me, but it was what I was working with. This game was 2015, 2014? Beginning of 2015.
I think it was I thought it was by the end of 2014.
My first semester was fall of 2014.
Okay.
But I started this game specifically. It was 2015, second semester.
The second semester, the fall.
Yeah, because it was literally no, it was the spring.
Was it the spring?
Because I called it the Waves of Spring.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was spring semester.
All right. I always
Here's
didn't
the
actually
instructions to the game.
I never actually understood the name of the game.
Yeah, well, you do now.
It's just
how many years?
Spring.
Man, 5 years later.
Man,
the whole think about that. I made this 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
To me, that's what's blowing my mind kind of right now.
Where I'm like, indie game.
I made this small passion project for school. We had 3 weeks to make it. When we had 3 weeks to make this, man, honestly, it was only 2 weeks because that last week was play testing and our presentation.
And you got a little
Here's the backstory real quick, though. It says, Daddy and I always went camping, but then one night I woke up and he wasn't with me. I called and called for him, but no answer. Then I met a funny-looking person. He said I shouldn't be out in these woods, alone, and said he had a farm nearby with lots of kids around my age and farm animals and things. My bad. It's hard for me to read what I'm looking at. It says, I didn't want to leave in hopes of Daddy coming back, but knew I couldn't be alone out here. Wherever Daddy is, I hope he is safe and comes back soon. So the backstory, like everything you're seeing right now in the video, we had to put in the game. So he needed instructions, you needed a backstory, and here's the game, you guys. This was made with the Unity engine. Me and Caden, we're not physically playing. It's just a little video that I recorded of the whole game and little tidbits of it. And of course, I mean, you're shooting stuff. Come on, buds, you're moving the computers.
I'll tell you what, though, it's it still looks
if
given a little more time, it still looks a lot better than most of our games like you'd find used with the Unity engine.
Here's my thing.
If
you called this a PS1 game, it looks great.
Oh yeah.
If you call this a PS1 game, this looks great.
Yeah, this is.
So that's what I'm gonna do with a PS1 styled horror game. That's what I'm coining.
You could almost
5 years later.
You could almost get away with it being classified as an early PlayStation 2 game because it
would look pretty shitty.
It looks
for
very.
PlayStation
Yeah,
2
I mean,
game.
maybe beginning, like maybe it was ported from.
But
PlayStation 1.
like you're talking about like Red Faction kind of the first ones. Yeah, I can see. I can see this looking like that.
What
was funny was this whole idea and this whole game, like, to me, it kind of blows my mind creating it and looking and reflecting back on it. Because remember, I kind of tried to take the layout of Nan and Pop's property.
You got most of it.
I took the layout of it, and then I added a little bit of tweaks of here and there. Because the requirements of the game was a second level, 2 levels, and then objects that you had to pick up, health packs you had to create, like. And like I said, this was a whole matter of 2 weeks, really. I had to 3D model all this mess, throw the textures on it, program it. Like, I was stressing out. And then here was my little bonus level that I made after I had to showplace the game. I made another level because I wasn't done with this. I still was having so much fun with it. And I made this whole. I didn't want to put this in the final product because I didn't want kids in my class to be like, man, this kid's demented. Like, he's demonic. He's a Satanist. Because I threw this in there and just goat heads and just all kinds of stuff.
Just wicked art.
Yeah,
cool art.
Things that I just took and was like, man, I'm taking all this. Like, I'm having fun. This is fun.
Heck yeah.
Because for me, to make a horror game is really fun. Like, to know what you're doing with it and to still like end up getting scared by it and to get a reaction out of people like that, like it puts a smile on my face.
I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, I
forgot about the jump scare?
I forgot a little bit of that and everything.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
I put a whole jump scare in there and everything.
Oh, floating TV.
And then all the audio I put in, the voices.
Yeah, it's very creepy.
Yeah,
I didn't like listening to a headset.
Yeah. So I threw a little bonus level in, a little Easter egg, if you want to call it that. Then it restarts the game basically. But you basically got to find those 4 objectives up there. Once you found those 4 objectives,
4 little icons.
Yeah. Honestly, my objectives and my icons, my things, they didn't make any sense.
No,
they didn't. When you think about it, it was like get these random items and put them up there.
2 of them kind of look like that resembles you. You got a picture of your dogs,
the Dragon Ball,
and then the 4-star Dragon Ball. It's like,
which those did. The reason why I went with the boat and the train was it was really easy to 3D model those.
Yeah, you just...
It's only a handful of things you got to do to 3D model them.
Shoot, the Dragon Ball looks like it'd be pretty
And
easy
here's my creatures. As for my creatures, it was hard coming up with the idea of them. Like, I was literally drawing stuff and thinking, like, how am I going to do this? Because...
Didn't you say
when you guys really
product?
make something, like the amount of animation you got to do and this and that, I was like, man, and the example game that they gave us that we created that whole semester, it's very similar to this, but it's also different too. So it's basically like a copy of the game we made. Like they showed us the tools and the program and all that stuff to do it, and then they're like, okay, make your own. And so that's exactly what we did. And we ended up coming up with this. Well, I ended up making this, and I mean, I'm proud of it. I was excited. It was fun. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Be nice if you could make a little animation of the TV like exploding or something. Like right as soon as you get close to it, it's like pew.
I mean, honestly, I spent so much more time 3D modeling than I did actually programming and doing all this. Like the amount, and not only that,
maybe have some dead pigs or dead animals.
Something that they didn't tell us was for the presentation. Now, this is what bothered me. I thought we were gonna do a whole like, oh, it's gonna be a little E3 demo. Here's all the stations of all the games. You're gonna stand by yours, talk about it. Everybody in the class is gonna play it. You're gonna answer their questions. Instead, it was a whole freaking auditorium. You get class. Everybody in there. You show your game. Somebody's playing your game, and then that was it. And I was like, because I foolproofed my game. I made it where you literally could not fall off the map. I made it big enough. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make it to where you can't break my game, and that's what I thought we had to do for it. And so I went way above and beyond. Like I said, for 2 days I didn't eat or sleep making this.
Hey, no, that was
and honestly,
halfway there.
Honestly, for me, honestly for me, I think that was the moment I realized where I was like, I don't want to make games as a career.
Just something as a fun
passion project. And I know people, you guys can say whatever you want about it, have your opinion however you feel about me for saying that, but for me, games have always been a fun experience.
Well, when you're doing it for fun,
when I made this, it was fun, but my mental health suffered, my physical health suffered. I was like, I can't do it.
That's why you got people crying in closets.
That's why, I mean, you got people like, when you think of Red Dead and Rockstar, remember the article about all the OT that they did to make Red Dead 2? I'm like, man. And then
they were spending
they had to make a whole statement, and they're like, hey, OT is optional. like for them to push themselves like to those limits that they did. Yeah, I'm like, man, I can't see myself doing that with a studio.
That's some serious crunch time.
Even if it is something I like doing, but even then, the other big thought that I had was, if I'm making games, I'm gonna make it probably for a company and probably for people that are above me, and I might not have a say in it.
Exactly. Someone that says, get this done, make it look this way.
Concept, this is what you're doing, here you go,
get it done.
Do it. Yeah, and
you don't get your own creative
feel for the game, and that bothered me too. So that's why I was like, as a career, games was not it for me. I still want to independently make games,
but
and
more
as soon as I get a PC, that's what I'm gonna plan to do. But it's gonna be on my accord. If it takes me a decade to come out with the game, by all means, I'm fine with that.
True, it's just the one game. Cause like all you need is like that one game.
It's hard to put a worth on something that you love and that's personal to you. and to put a date on it and say, hey, this is when you got to finish this, like it's gonna be, you're gonna be stressing out over it. And that's exactly what I did to come out with this. And I mean, I loved every minute making this, but a lot of this I went above and beyond.
Oh yeah,
like the whole flashlight on the gun I didn't need to do. Heck, even you just carrying a gun, I didn't need to do that. Like, there were a lot of things that I taught myself making this demo in that matter of 2 weeks.
Well, just the textures alone too, they're just so I'm trying to think of the word.
What?
Not sparse. Like where they're located and how detailed and good looking they are.
What, the detail work?
Yeah,
that
the
I put
detail
into
worth of the whole.
Because I mean, you remember
and
at the presentation those other kids' games.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
there was like maybe one that was kind of
semi
part.
There
of
was
mine,
one that resembled
mine,
somewhat like Halo.
Yeah,
like the whole crystallized looking aspect of it.
Some kids in the class, they didn't even finish their game.
Oh heck no,
their game wasn't.
Theirs
even
was
done.
broken from like
their games
minute
were
in.
broken. Like the kid that asked me to do the presentation for his game, I didn't really know him. He was a quiet kid, didn't talk to nobody. So when he had me present his game, I never played it before. So I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was like, I ended up jumping off the map.
Yeah,
and I closed out of the whole game. I reloaded it, played it again, and was able to do it. And the funny part too was presentation day, because our instructor, my professor, was like, "Hey, you can invite your family, you can invite people, come over, watch it. They can come out here, support it." And I was like, "Cool." I was like, "I'm gonna have my mom. I'm gonna invite whoever I can."
Yeah, people.
So Caden came to play the game for me. That's what I really wanted him for. Not only that, Caden was basically living with me when I was in college.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he was less than 30 minutes away from me. So I asked my instructor if he can play the game for me, and he was fine with that. And then, what killed me was it was just you and my mom that showed up.
That's what.
Literally no other
no
kids' parents, siblings, friends showed up.
It was just
the presentation. It was just there.
Yeah, that's the.
And I felt so weird. I was like, this is so weird. Like, I feel like a damn child. My mom coming out here to support. But honestly, I mean, I don't care about stuff like
no.
like I was happy you guys were
there.
there.
I almost felt sad because you had someone who cared about your work and what you did. And no one else had
and all these other kids.
The other kids just had no one.
Because, dude, honestly, that whole class was a stressful class. That whole program, making games, like, people don't realize the work that is put into all of this.
And sometimes you kind of have to give certain these developers these days kind of the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I mean, anytime I see a delay, I'm like, okay, cool.
Unless,
I mean, The Last of Us has been delayed how many times?
Oh my god, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. My issue is, they never came out with a release date. In less than a month, they already delayed it. Like, dude, why'd you even come out with a release date? Y'all should have waited.
Just like with part 2.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, okay.
Part 2.
It was literally supposed to come out literally like what, in February? It was supposed to come out next month?
It's supposed to come out
and now
next
I got
month.
It, what,
and now it's pushed at the end of May.
Yeah.
And if they push it again, I will not be shocked. But on top of that, with that being said, though, I also don't mind. I'm like, whatever. But my game was so long that when I was done with the presentation, Caden couldn't even finish it.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like,
I made the demo so long.
Like, I could complete the game, but when I was in front of everybody, I choked up.
Yeah.
And couldn't get, because, like, I was making so many mistakes and everything.
Yeah,
and
Caden died in the game.
I died so many times
all this
in the
progress
game.
he made, he died.
Yeah.
I was like, God dang it.
So we didn't get to show the second level.
And I had him practice this game over and
we
over
played
again
for, like, what, like 4 or 5 hours?
But that was basically, this is the end of the game. You got a whole little end screen. I wanted to do a third level, a boss level, and then I think I was gonna call it complete quits, but
and like maybe find her.
But instead, I was just
actually
like,
have her find her dad.
I was just like, by then I moved on to other stuff because what I played with after this was a 2D game that I started to make, but when I did that, I wasn't even learning that from college. I was learning it straight from YouTube. And even in college, we were just learning straight from YouTube, so I was getting mad
no one taught
about college because I was like,
videos.
Yeah, I was like, why am I paying them? Why am I paying these guys to teach me when I could watch it for free? I was like, so ultimately that also played a factor in me dropping out because I was like, I could just go on YouTube and look up how to make a game and then just apply those features to it and play it and make it and hopefully people like it, but. It was The Waves of Spring. If I can say the title. The Waves of Spring.
And I would love to see more of it too.
like, I mean,
maybe like in the future,
I'm gonna make more games. So
hopefully we'll all be able to voice act and portray certain.
See that too, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I was gonna.
You can
do
add
voice
your own
acting,
music
work in
to
this,
it, and
ultimately
voice.
some stuff got cut out of this, but I mean, I was satisfied by the end of it. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think of the game, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.